So the Bible teaches in the New Testament that this world is evil. God says in the Old Testament that everything he made was good. So how did it become evil? God says everything I created, man, beast, tree, every crawling thing, was good. Even Satan, the serpent, was good, God says. So what happened? In Ezekiel 28:13, thou hast been and eaten the garden of God. That is Satan. Every precious stone was thy covering, the sardust, the topaz, and the diamond, the onyx, and the jasper, and the sapphire, the emerald, and gold, the workmanship of thy tabrets, and of thy pipes was prepared in thee in the day that thou was created. At that time, when God created him, he was a good thing, the Bible teaches. In verse 14, thou art the anointed cherubim that covered, and I have set thee so. Thou was upon the holy mountain of God. Satan was close to God, and he was, I would say, number one close to God. He was in charge of worshiping God. He was a beautiful angel at one time. In verse 15, thou wert, here it is now, thou was perfect, God is saying, in thy ways. He's saying Satan was perfect in your ways from the day that thou was created. He was created by God. Until iniquity was found in thee. Satan was created perfect until he decided that he wanted to be worshipped. In Matthew chapter 4:9 it says, and said unto him, all these things, Satan is saying to Christ, I will give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. That is what Satan is saying to the Son of God. He wants to be worshipped. And again, Matthew chapter 4, verse 9, and said unto him, Satan is saying to Christ, all these things, he took him on a mountaintop and he showed him all the whole world. He's telling the Son of God, all these things will I give thee if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Wow. So again, how did the earth get evil? In Genesis chapter 3:6, and when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired, to make one wise. Don't we all want to be wise? We all like a good meal. She took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. Satan convinced Adam and Eve to take their eyes off of the Creator and trust that the fruit of the tree could give them what they really wanted or desired. Food was used as a temptation. Wisdom, because he said wise, wisdom of the world was also used as a temptation. Satan also used food once again to tempt Christ. If you go to Matthew chapter 4:2, and when he had fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, Christ, he was good and hungry. Satan, and he was afterward hungry. Christ was hungry. Jesus was hungry. And when the tempter, that's Satan, here he comes, came to Jesus, he said to Jesus, if you be the Son of God, command that these stones be made of bread. But this conversation gave Christ an opportunity to teach us today. Satan thought he was playing little games with Jesus, but Jesus took the opportunity to also teach us through this lesson. So he says, and when the tempter came to him, to Jesus, he said, if thou be the Son of God, he already knows he's the Son of God. He's God. He took off his divinity. He knows everything. Satan is saying, command that these stones be made bread. But he answered and said, it is written, Christ, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God. In the book of Deuteronomy chapter 8:3, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Lord does man live. Man is a spiritual being as well as a physical being, therefore dependent on God. That's why Christ wrote, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone. We cannot survive just by eating food. We need God. Man is a spiritual being as well as a physical being, therefore dependent on God. Man is dependent on God. Be right back.